Well, once again, my subscribers sent me their home and I'm here to fix them. Let's decorate. It's too many cats. Welcome back to one of the most popular series on my channel. Today we are looking at a real room submitted to me by one of my real subscribers, and they need a little bit of design help. And let me tell you what, they submitted a decor style that I love. This one's really good. I'm excited. Two announcements before we get started. There's a lot of cat action happening right now. Whitley's usually sleeping, but he's, I don't know. This is apparently his afternoon witching hour. There's gonna be a lot of cat. Number two, I am speckled in poison ivy. Maybe it's not that obvious, I can't tell, but I do have like open wounds of poison ivy on me right now. In case you're wondering, I don't know how visible they are or not, such as over on my arms. But that's really good news because I've had a goal this spring to spend like significant time outside every day. And I have to remind myself to do that. And I have been doing that. I've been rolling in the weeds and in poison ivy while I do it, but I have been achieving my goal. So if I seem covered in like some welts and stuff, that's what happened. Let's decorate. Y'all, today's subscriber home belongs to Megan in Mansfield, Ohio. She writes, my husband Colin and I are newlyweds, congrats, that just moved into our first home. It was built in the 50s and I absolutely love the charm and character of the home. Almost all of the furniture, besides a few pieces, are completely secondhand or from our grandmothers. We have a sweet kitty who we love to cuddle, and she enjoys watching your videos with us. I love that. We would be absolutely honored if you featured our living room in one of your videos. Thank you so much. Wish granted, Megan and husband Colin. Here we go. Okay, Megan writes, I have a lot of sentimental inherited furniture in our house that I absolutely love and value, but I'm having a hard time figuring out how to style it, especially our living room. Our main couch and ottoman are gray, which I don't love, but they came from my grandmother and are in excellent condition. I'd really hate to get rid of them. Cool. Got it. We can work with that. I love a mid-century modern vibe, but I believe our house feels more vintage cozy than funky mid-century modern. I do agree. I want to lean into the character and charm that the house naturally has. I would love to add more pops of color, possibly paint the mantle, the fireplace mantle. Absolutely need to hang some type of art. I love the creamy white color because of all the natural light we get, but the walls are begging for art. I just feel like I'm having decision paralysis. Relatable, Megan. We do have a green checkered area rug that we are awaiting in the mail. We also have an odd corner in the living room that I can't figure out how to utilize. Right now it just has a kitty scratching post. I'm open to all and any suggestions. Fabulous! Okay, let's discuss. Gray, white couches from a grandma. Usually I hate on a gray couch, but I like that these have the floral pattern. It is more interesting than just a gray couch. They have a nice profile, and more importantly, if you say they are like inherited from your family, they're in great condition and you would really like to keep them, then great, let's keep them. We can definitely work with this. Let me just tell you what, I love this ochre tile surround on the hearth. I just love that color and I think it's a really cool, I don't know, I think it's a cool color in this room. I love all the bright open windows. It is kind of, almost looks like a craftsman style home actually, which is possible if it's from the 50s. Cool. There's a little bit of a pass through like walk space we need to preserve on that other side of the room. Love, love, love. Sweet. Okay, let's start diagnosing this room. So things I'm observing so far, we've got like all the furniture really squished into that one side of the room. It's a really nice sized living room, but it is hard when you have like all those doors. There is like a pathway we need to keep open and the offset fireplace. I think we could use this space a little bit better. So we're gonna talk about how to do that. The other thing I'm noticing is that when we walk into the space, the TV is like the focal point here. Here's my hot take. Everyone's like, how do we hide the TV? I don't wanna see the TV. Oh, it's such an eyesore. Sorry about the TV. Stop it. I have never walked into a human's home and been like, a TV? Gag. Never. I think the only time a TV is upsetting is if it's the day of your Arc Digest shoot. Like then, okay, maybe we like want to hide the TV a little more. Other than that, it's okay. What I don't like here though, I don't love it on that wall. It's like a little bit blocking these pretty windows. It doesn't sit quite right on that wall. I'm gonna vote to move the TV to the wall where the sofa is. That is nice because it keeps like that view of the windows clear and like unmarred. It takes the focus off of the television, but it can still be super central for people to watch easily. With the TV on that wall, I think we can either put that sofa directly across from the TV, or I think you could also put the sofa underneath the two windows, so it's kind of what you see when you come in. Playing around with it, I know from their original layout that they don't mind having the TV kind of to the side to watch. Great. And then we've got these two other accent chairs in here. I think it's just a little crowded with all of them over there. So I want to say for now, let's move one of those armchairs to the other side of the room. And then regarding which one to keep in the TV sitting area, realistically, I'm thinking you'll probably want the comfier chairs over there and put the wood frame one over in the other corner. Excellent, great job to us. So we've improved our orientation a little bit. We have cleared up the view of those windows. We've decentralized the television. Great, 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 great. Now the other thing I wanted to do is be able to like somehow use some of that long space more effectively without blocking the walkway. And that's tricky. I think the ideal functionality we want to have here is that there is like TV watching area, but there's also just sitting around, having tea, having coffee, having drinks, fireplace chilling area that doesn't have to be centered around the TV. It would be nice to close out that conversation area, but we also don't want to block out the other side of the room. And for this, I think you're gonna want seating that can basically like flip to face either direction. And that could be swivel chairs, or alternatively, it could be like a really comfy sort of like day bed bench type thing where you can sit on either side. There's no big back that's cutting off the rest of the room. And I want to show you guys some example images of spaces that do this so well. These are some spaces, I don't even know who designed these. I just found these in like some old design books I have. I can't even find like the online images, so I have to show you these like janky ones from the book. But I think these spaces are so fun, so well done. And again, they're like long living spaces where we want to split it up into a few intimate conversation circles. And we want the seating to give options for people to face several different ways. So in summary, this is the key. When you have like several conversation areas in your living room, but you don't want to like create a big barrier, you need a connective seating piece where you can kind of flip to either side. I'll put the name of this decor book here. And this is like an old coffee table book I found maybe in a thrift store. It's not that old, but it's not super trendy and super of the moment. And hot tip, I always recommend looking through design and decor books that are like a little older, because if you find an image in one of those books that you love, you know that that is what timeless is. It is not bound to the moment, it's not bound to a trend. You just love it because you're always gonna love it, and it like defies a single moment or a single time. So like these images, for example, I couldn't really tell you when this room was decorated. It's not bound to 2016 or 2026 even. It is a timeless space, and I think there's such great design principles shown here. Big rec. So Megan, I'm gonna recommend that you go ahead and do like a really comfy day bed-ish bench thing over there. You can sit and enjoy the fireplace. You can sit and be part of the conversation with the sofas. I'd say let's definitely give them a little side table there, so if they want to set their drink down, if they want to be reading their book, whatever, they can do that. We're not reliant on the tables of the couch, people. It's keeping everything very open. Okay, I have a lot of notes about this, but first I want to say, let us all applaud, okay? Standing ovation. I'm going to stay sitting. Megan says she loves a mid-century modern style, but recognizes that that doesn't actually fit that well with the home she bought. And I'll say, nor does it really fit with the existing furniture pieces she has. So Megan, you have done a great job. You have done the step that I think is most difficult for a lot of people. And if Megan was like, just committed to this like mid-century modern style, it'll make the decorating process really difficult because the house is more cottagey cozy and everything she owns is more cottagey cozy. So if you can't have that flexibility, it's gonna be more expensive and it's gonna be less likely that you ever get to that vision you have. A lot of people are fighting an uphill battle by trying to override the style of the home they have or the style of the furniture they already have, and they're trying to make it something different. But so much better to work with what is already true about your home, the character of the home you bought, and the things you already own. So A+. Now, in addition, Megan sent along a Pinterest board, and what do you know? Standing ovation number 2. This woman has organized these Pinterest boards by rooms, by wallpaper, by fabrics, OMG, by Christmas decor. Get out of here. Now I'm gonna click into living room. Look at how cohesive this inspo board is. Megan has done one of the most stellar jobs I've ever seen of collecting like a variety of inspo that is still cohesive, is appropriate for the home she bought. Like, these images are not pictures of a bunch of like modern glass wall homes. They are like cottagey, cozy, craftsman homes with beautiful millwork and bright windows and light walls and old wood pieces and comfy grandma-ish chairs and ottomans. Like, this is a perfect job. We have to clap. Good job. Okay, so once you have your cohesive set of images, now what we want to do is go through and kind of name what the themes are. What are the elements that make up this style? Number 1, girl, you gotta have natural light. If someone sent me this Pinterest board and they were living in like a basement unit, I would say it's not gonna happen. You are not gonna be happy with the end result. This style relies so much on bright, airy, natural light. I love this style. One thing I notice, the chairs, the sofas are really like heavy, almost clunky, like little fat boys. Delicious. I want to cozy up in them. Works perfectly for the sofa and armchair Megan already owns. And then that large clunkiness is balanced with decor pieces and patterns that are very light and delicate. So there's a lot of patterns going on in this cozy cottage style, and they're really light, delicate patterns. Something with a lot of white space. I see that there's like a good balance of florals with sometimes a bold stripe. Lots of textiles. We really want to focus on texture in this room. Art on the walls. We're going for smaller pieces of art on the walls or a collection, a set of small pieces. We're doing lots of sets. Okay, let's start the process. Hi. Ooh, we're inside an ad. Welcome to my glowy, 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 glowy face. Every single product on my face is Typology. And as someone with acne, rosacea, and a tasteful amount of melasma, I'm going to tell you why I like Typology so much and why they're sponsoring this video. So here is my naked face. I've been working hard on my skin, but it really goes through phases. And you can see, like, on one side of my face, I don't have a lot of acne. On the other, I do. And I think that's actually going to be like fun for this tutorial to show how Typology looks when I have really flawless skin and when I don't, because it's pretty phenomenal for both. This is their tinted serum, which is what it says. It's a serum. It's not foundation. I'm gonna do one side of my face to let you compare, and you're gonna see how this glow starts coming through that you do not see on the other side of my face. If you don't already know, Typology is a French skincare brand. There's some days where I wanna do a full makeup look. I need that for camera, but most of the time, I just want the tinted skincare, the Typology look, which is lighter. It's good for my skin. And even when you look super close up, you can see that there is no pile up like you'd get from foundation. And then even when I cover the other side of my face that has way more acne on it in this moment, you can see how my skin still shines through. And things are still smooth on both sides. There is still a glow. It's like kind of crazy. I'm gonna hit it with the Typology concealer. Here's a hot tip, is I tan really easily. So I like to keep 2 shades of the concealer, a lighter and a darker one. And then like through the summer, as I oscillate tan levels, I can just mix them to get my perfect match shade. And I will also use this for a little bit of spot coverage on those like more determined blemishes. This includes caffeine, niacinamide. I don't even know what those do. I know people like those words. I'm not gonna sit here and pretend I'm a dermatologist. All I know is this is a really nice concealer. Nothing is ever cakey. It is so smooth. It is so glowy. This is the Typology Rose Glow Drops. You can mix this into your tinted serum and just like have an overall glow. I like to do it more so almost as a blush bronzer, like kind of where the sun hits. It just brings in a little bit of that flush, like a little bit of that color. It's just pretty as hell. I will say this product is incorporated into my official wedding makeup look. It is the tinted lip oil. This color is coral orange and it looks very orangey in the bottle. There's a cat hair on my lip, but I layer this. I can put it on my lips nude and it looks like this, or layering it over if you have like a brown liner or like a darker liner underneath. This just brings some brightness to it. It's insane. This product is in my wedding makeup look. The Typology products have such an insane glow. Take it from someone who doesn't even have like amazing skin, and the glow is really nice. If you have heard about Typology over and over and you've been waiting to check it out, I think it's time. I'm gonna put a link in the description. With this link, you'll also get a free 10 ingredient body moisturizer with a purchase of $50 or more. You're gonna glow and you're gonna like it a lot. We've got our conversation area. We also have, Megan mentioned, coming in the mail, was a green checkered rug. I Googled green checkered rug and this one came up. I'm gonna place a bet that that's the rug. Megan, if you're watching this video, please comment and tell me if I guessed what rug it is. I just think that's the rug you ordered. I'm literally just guessing, but I feel like I'm correct and I want to be proven correct. So we're gonna put that rug down, green checkered rug. Great, love it. You know what I didn't say? I didn't say that our bench, I think we can do a pattern there. I think the colors we're liking in this room are like light blues, light greens, ochre, maybe a really soft rose color. I think you could kind of do any of those here, but for the moment, I'm just saying maybe we do like this ochre-y, delicate pattern on the daybed. Megan said she really likes the like bright cream color of the walls and how it reflects the light, and she wants to keep it nice and light and bright. I love it. I think she's totally correct. I think you could do a wallpaper here, although wallpaper in a living room can be tricky to nail. I think you're really fine keeping it nice and bright and white. I think this can be really beautiful. She also discussed maybe painting the fireplace. I like that idea. I think if you did, I would pull this ochre color from the hearth tile. You could also do like a really light blue, but whichever way you go with color, basically anywhere you use color in the space, I would keep them really light, fairly bright. Light and bright is the name of the game. Soft, sweet, honey dip, sweet, cute, adorable, delicate. You know what I mean? But you could also keep it white. It's really up to you. Cool. One thing I think I forgot to say, Megan's original photos have this like big floral blanket draped over her sofa. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I just don't like to put a giant blanket over a sofa. Oh, it just starts feeling really like retirement home to me or something, or I don't know, I don't like it. The sofa's good. The sofa's great. Let's take that blanket off and you can keep it in like a nice hunky woven basket or a chest. A little more texture, functionality, a period at the end of the sentence that is the TV console. It's like, check, check, check. But get that blanket off your sofa. Okay, now if we are gonna keep the walls bright and white, let's add some more textiles. When you want that like cozy cottagey feel, you're really gonna rely on textures and layering to get that. Let's definitely add some textiles to the windows. Let's add some window treatments. I'm gonna say let's get rid of these window blinds. They're not helping us and I hate them. I mean, they're fine. It's not personal. I don't hate your home and I don't hate you, but I always hate these blinds. That's okay. Okay, if you want to get some layering as well as some options for privacy, let's do like a relaxed Roman shade that is, it'll have a little bit of a curve to it. And then on the larger, taller windows, let's flank them with drapes. I'm gonna say definitely let's do a floral over there. If we had gone with a floral rug, then I would probably say do a stripe or do like a window pane pattern on your drapes. That's why it's important to like take note of what balance of patterns we have so far. But since we have a structured pattern on the rug, I think we can afford to do another floral in the drapes. I personally would not put drapes on the far smaller windows. I don't know, I think when they're just like too high off the ground, it gets weird, it just looks strange. I don't think you need them there. Let's keep it light and bright. Okay, we've got stuff coming along, but we really need to keep furnishing this space. Looks like Megan did have one little like Queen Anne style side table. I think we can definitely keep it. I think actually all of the furniture pieces she has work really well for her inspo board. Let's move that Queen Anne side table probably to the side of the sofa, and then we'll want another side table or something for people to set their down on the other side of the sofa. Because you're going for a cottagey, like cozy feel, I'm gonna say don't make it a matching side table. I don't think you want perfect symmetry here. That's gonna feel like more polished and less cozy, comfy, casual. And when you're going for that like cottagey vibe, you want a little bit of mismatch. Okay? Might be nice to throw in like a little like mini bookcase over there. And then for our armchair, let's get a nice little delicate wood piece, okay? Everybody gets a table. Everybody's treated like a queen here. You can go ahead and keep all of those wood pieces. I say there's no reason to stray from wood. You can mix wood tones in this style. Wood is just gonna be like the safe way to go, pretty much across the board. Willie, please, don't eat the flowers. Okay. Now let's talk about a touchy subject, lighting. Yeah, there's no lights in here. We do have this one mid-century arc lamp. Can I tell you something? I don't think I ever like the arc lamp, almost never. I like it in like a few high-end mid-century style rooms, but that's never the lamp that people get. Everyone gets like a very cheap version that I just don't think ever looks that good. Something about like the curved, like giant curved line coming into the room too. I feel like it always just like feels random to me. I feel like I'm like gonna hit my head on it, or like it feels like in the way, like a cobweb. Like I don't know. My word is not law. But I just don't ever usually like the cheap version of the arc lamp that most people get. I'm gonna say, put it somewhere else. Get rid of it, sell it, get the money back, put it somewhere else. Instead, especially for the vibe of your cozy cottage, we're going lamps, girl, okay? We're getting chunky lamps. We're getting lamps that eat well, lamps with a body. We're gonna get a little bit of floral pattern on them. You might put a bigger one to the left of the sofa, and then you can balance it out with a little smaller guy, maybe a little pop of a warmer color on your bookcase. Lamps are gonna be a great place to get your frill on, okay? Go for frills, go for fabric, go for textures, like layer it in. We've got sconces on the fireplace. I do see that there is no, it doesn't look like there's an overhead light at all. This is gonna be a pain, but bear with me. I think you are going to really benefit from and enjoy some kind of like central light in this room. It's just going to like fill out the decorating when we're keeping everything really light and bright. It will make a bigger impact than you realize. So if there is no hard wiring there at the moment and you're like not up to the finances of that, no worries. I would get a swag lamp with like a discreet white or clear cord that you can swag over there. Or since you guys do own this home, it sounds like you're intending to be here for a while, I might consider getting the hard wiring there so that you can hang like a central lamp or chandelier. I know that'll be a little bit of a pain, but it might be something that you guys put on your list to get to at some point as you're settling into your home. I just think it's sweet as hell. I am going to link as many products as I can in the video description, y'all. Okay, I think my camera died, but please. He's so silly. I love him. Okay, where are we at? It's feeling good. It's feeling cozy. We need to get something on the freaking wall. Let me tell you what, first thing we're gonna get on the wall is we're gonna mount that television. Just get it up and get it on there, okay? The difference between a mounted television and a television sitting on your TV stand is the difference between an adult home that feels decorated and your college home or the home you have in your early 20s or whatever. Like, you can do it. I'm gonna make you do it. Great, it's feeling adorable, but we need to get stuff on the wall. I agree, Megan. Again, if we do like a giant artwork in the wall instead of some of these like smaller ones, it's gonna end up feeling a little more modern than we want, not as cozy. And as I said, I would focus on like smaller, more delicate pieces, especially like a collection, a set of 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 is something I definitely see a lot in these like cozier homes. You can also put a mirror up. I think I see a lot of like smaller mirrors and like mirrors in random places in this cozy cottagey style, and people are often like don't think to put a mirror unless it's their entryway, unless it's over a vanity table or whatever, but like y'all can just be putting mirrors little places. Sometimes it's just like to bounce off light and add another different texture and piece of interest to your wall that isn't art. Let's get some rounded shapes in. Oval mirror, maybe little dinky dinks around it. We're gonna have lots of organic subject matters in our art sets. Yeah, I like it. It's feeling really cute in here. Let's turn around and look at the other side of the room. Cool. It's looking great. We just need to like finish out that other side of the room. And again, we don't want to be blocking that walkway. I would say we can put your other armchair over in that corner, and it might end up being a reading corner. You can, you know, throw sconce on the wall, have a little side table, maybe. Or maybe it's just an armchair that is used when you have a lot of people over and you want to expand, maybe at the holidays or something, and you want to have more seating options. Or if you really think you're going to use this reading corner a lot, great. If you don't think you're going to end up using a chair over there, something you might want to do instead, if you could use that armchair elsewhere, you could do like a big, beautiful secretary desk armoire, like I think a beautiful, not even armoire, but like a bookcase, drawers, shelves, whatever, maybe a little fold down secretary desk, I think would be really sweet over here. You could have a stool, you could have a little chair so people can have like a work writing moment that is separate from the rest of the TV area. And I think it would just fit really well with the style of this space. It would use that wall nicely and still not like really be in the way. On the other side of the doorway, you might want to hit it with just like a tiny little demi-lune table. I don't know why. I've really enjoyed demi-lunes of late, and I can't stop saying it. Just a little kind of nothing, half decorative table. Maybe we hit it with a mirror. Maybe it's a little moment, little light decorative moments to use the rest of that space so that people aren't afraid to be over there. It feels lived in, but it's still not in the way. Now, Megan, you can do this. You are on your way. You bought a beautiful home. You have beautiful pieces that have sentimental value inherited from your grandmothers. I think you could keep every single of the existing furniture piece you have. I don't think you need to trade any of them out. You've already got a rug on the way. We're gonna add some kind of versatile seating piece. Either it's a set of 2 swivel chairs or it's a kind of like daybed bench. We're gonna add a little bit of pattern and color. We're gonna improve our window treatments. Maybe we're gonna get a lamp up there, a chandelier over the room. And on the other side, we're just gonna build that out with some beautiful pieces of like secondhand or vintage furniture that make it feel both functional, lived in, and cozy as heck. I think you and your husband, Colin, are doing a great job. Shout out to your grandmothers for giving you some very fun, cozy pieces of furniture. And that's what makes a home really feel like a home. It's like these pieces are not bought straight off a Crate and Barrel. Like they have history, they have meaning, they're so comfortable. I want to cozy up in them. Like, it's great. Keep them. Work with them. I think that you've done a great job reorienting your design vision to the things you already have, the home you're working with and the pieces that you have that you love. A+. If you want to submit your space, like Megan did, you may do so. There's a form linked below. Let me tell you what, you better send wide angle images, wide angle shots of your room from every angle, even angles you think I don't need to see. I do need to see them. Send me wide angle. You can send me some close-ups, but mostly we need the wide angle. Y'all. Everybody please thank Megan and Colin for sharing their space with us today and for having us into your home. I'll see you around the channel soon.
Oh, you're precious.